Hello guys, welcome to Design and Code with Arun. Today we are going to discuss a rule-based pattern and we will pick a simple use case, shopping cart service, where we can enforce rules on the orders. So we'll take an example. For example, if it's a Diwali time, and then we can have a rule like if the cart value is greater than 5,000 rupees, then we can instant apply the 10% discount. Or let's say another rule could be if it is a the share time, then if cart value is greater than 2000 and all the items added are grocery items, then we can offer instant 20% discount, let's say, and maybe a free 1 kg sugar with that. So I hope you understand the requirement and we'll quickly try to start writing the code for this. So since we are talking about rule based pattern, we need to think about creating rules. I mean, obviously we can have multiple if else block while checking out the card, but that can make our code very complicated. So what we can do, we can basically implement a rule based pattern where we can have our rules loosely coupled, and yeah, based on the requirement we can add or remove the rules. So quickly starting with the very basic class, let's try to build an item class first. An item class, let's say it has item id. uh, Definitely it will have a description as well, or we can say item name. Let's not add description here, so it will have some price as well, and let's say the quantity it has. So we will not we will not build an item inventory separately here. We'll assume whatever items are available in the stock is a part of this quantity. Okay, and let's try to add the card class here. I think so this requirement is sufficient. Maybe we let the constructor as well so that we can easily initialize these objects. Okay. Yeah, one more flag we will add here, that whether it's a grocery item or not. So we'll add this grocery item flag here. Obviously we can make enum and have a value for like category of item which is grocery added here, but because we want our design coincides and just focus on how we implement the rules here, so we'll just assume that we'll just take the flag that is sufficient. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, let's move on to card class. So in card class what we will have, let's say, okay, so card class, let's add a card class here. Okay, so what card class can have, it can have a customer as well. So we can create customer entity. I'll create in some time, and yes, we will have a list of items. uh, so let's take it as array list, import it. uh, yeah, we'll have a total price of the cart as well, so we'll take it as double, and obviously when this cart was created, because this we will use, and this values can be used by applying the rules. Okay. uh, we'll have few apis here, like obviously we can add an item to the cart. So we'll have an item api here where we can pass the item and just add it here, items dot add item. Okay, looks good. And then let's take a total price getter as well, getter and setter, I guess. So we will have a getter setter for total price. Oh, let's have one more method which will calculate the price. Okay, because we'll have to calculate the price as well. Let's name it as calculate card price. Okay. So what, it's simple logic. So for now we'll have just a stream, and we will map the item. Okay, item, so whatever the price per item into whatever the quantity we are taking here. So we are assuming whatever quantity is present in the item, we will take all of them. Okay, customer can add all of them. So we have to take the sum. We'll use reduce and just the double and sum. This way we can use method references here, and obviously there are no items, so we can simply return default value as 0.0. Okay, yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Let's have one more method. Obviously, I mean, after adding an item to the cart, we'll have to check out as well. So we will design this checkout cart. uh, Checkout cart will, we can come back later because we'll have to create the rules, and before checking out we have to kind of uh, apply the rules as well. Just to print the just to check the card, like when we print the object of the card, we need to have some string. Let's take for now that card price is, I think so, just that would be sufficient. We don't need to have identifier because we will have only one object. So this dot get total price is okay, cool. Any error? Okay, yeah, customer. Okay, we can have an account class, because obviously each customer will have an account as well. So string id, string password, this is not necessary, but I'm creating just for demonstration purpose here. And yeah, customer will have the account, so let's take customer name, sorry for the typo, string name, and yes, he will have an account as well. Cool. Okay, I think so that's pretty much for the customer. We'll move ahead, and we'll focus on the rules now. Okay, so as we were talking about that, we have to make rules, kind of, configurable. So based on the time, we may change the rules. We can add, we can delete. So let's have a very, generic interface for a rule which can be applied to the cart, or maybe tomorrow if you want to apply some rule on a product or a selection, or maybe different type of functionalities in an e-commerce portal. We can use this interface because the whole idea is that we can construct rules, and keep them decoupled. So let's say we will have a matches, because obviously every rule will have some conditions. Based on that only we will apply. So first we'll have this matches logic. So if it is true, then only we will go for apply. So we will have one method called as apply, and we will have the input here. Okay, we have kept it generic. So since we are talking about cart here, so we'll go for cart rule. Okay, and we'll also have this as interface for now, which will extend this rule, and yeah, we will pass the cart type here. Sorry for the typo. Okay, so we have the cart rule. Cool, that is pretty good. Now, since we talk in the, I mean, we discuss in the requirements that we will have two kind of rule. One is Diwali time, but there's Dashara time. So let's try to construct that. So we'll quickly create a, let's say, Diwali discount rule. Okay, and this will implement the cart rule. Yeah, and firstly we'll have to implement both the methods here. So let's try to have a description as well. Okay, and we'll create this object. So we'll add the description while we initialize itself. Okay, now if you see, right, we will have the cart object here to execute the condition that whether we should apply this, like whether this rule is applicable or not. So as we discussed in the rule that in case of Diwali, if it's a Diwali time, so we are assuming, let's say if November is the Diwali time and the cart value is greater than 5,000, then we will apply the instant 10% discount. So first we'll check the condition. So what condition says that, okay, if the cart is, so if cart's created on time, let's take month, if it is equal to month dot November, right, and input dot get total price is greater than 5,000. Okay, so this condition is sufficient. That's what we discussed here. Now obviously, if the condition matches, we have to apply this rule. So if we are applying this rule, let's print this applying rule. Okay, and just try to open description as well. So what we'll do, well, like you mentioned in the requirement, that if the cart value is greater than 5,000 and it is Diwali time, then we have to apply the instant 10% discount rate. So we'll first we'll first fetch the current price, which we will get from the cart itself, and we have to set the updated price here, right? So we will have to just decrease this by 10%. So we can say current price is equal to 0.9. Okay, so it will make sure it is decreased to the 90% of original value. Okay, what is then? Okay, next to do. Okay, I guess that is pretty much. We'll also implement the Dussehra discount rule as well. Dussehra discount rule, and we will same thing. We have the description. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, for this, for this, the condition was, if it is a Dussehra time, imagine it is a October time, let's say. Usually we have Dussehra in September or October. Okay, doesn't matter here. So yeah, let's assume it is September. So we'll try to implement this logic. Okay, if item is if the cart value is greater than 2000, all items are grocery items, right? So we'll quickly change this to September. Okay, and the card price is greater than 2000, right? Also we have to add this condition where all inputs are grocery items. So we'll have this logic input dot all. Let's build this item. Actually, I forgot to build this, but we will quickly build it. It's all items grocery. Okay, this will be a boolean method. We'll just make sure that if it returns true if all items are grocery items. Okay, so let's write this method are all items grocery. Okay, we can use stream here, right? Items dot stream. No, yeah, items dot stream. We can filter, right? So we are getting item here. Item dot is grocery item. We have the flag, right? So if we find any item here, let's try to assign this to, say we find any grocery item, correct? If you find any grocery item, even a single item is a grocery item, then we can say, yeah, this all items are not grocery items, so we can return false for this, right? Yeah, if it is not present, then it has to be true. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about here, right? Are all item that is done. Now, yeah, we will have to apply as well. So same way we applied we did the implementation of Diwali discount rule, we will also apply this here. So our requirement was to kind of provide the 20% discount, as well as give a free 1 kg sugar, right? So applied rule. Okay, now we will give the 20% discount, that is 80. Also we have the card, so we will just add, no, we will add that free item. We will construct item here. What is this item ID? Imagine this item ID is 1. I am just hard coding because, yeah, this design is not good, but yeah, for your understanding, I'm just adding item in a very unprofessional way here. Excuse me, because our main idea is to understand the rule-based pattern here, how we apply in the prices, right? Let's imagine this free, and we don't need to add because we are providing free. Okay, and quantity is 1, and yeah, it is a grocery item. I hope it is perfectly clear to you, and let's try to have a rule engine as well. Yeah, because rule engine is going to make sure that it will have all rules set added, and we will use this rule engine to execute the rules, right? So it will have all the rules, right? So we have a cart rule. Let's say cart rules. Okay, we'll add this. Sorry, we'll import here. Let's do the eager initialization, and yeah, we will have an API which will be called to add the rule. Will pass the rule here. So we are talking about, let's say, cart rule. So cart rule, and we can add cart rules dot add. I guess that's it. Let's have our test method. So we'll have test shopping cart. Okay, let's have a main method here. I think so we are done with the design. I'm just trying to have a so so basically I'm trying to have a dry run here. I have already constructed these objects before, so I'll use them. Okay, so this month is April, so next 7 months will bring November, right? So let's say we are talking about Diwali rule. Okay, now we'll also paste the card. We will, so okay, which rule we had all the, that was the share. Okay, no problem. So we'll try to have a item, so we'll try to have a card which will have non-grocery items as well. Okay, let's try to do the checkout. Okay, I forgot to mention, no, not to mention, basically I forgot to add this API which will do the checkout card. Okay, yeah, so in checkout cart what we'll do, we will have the rule engine, right? So rule engine will be passed to this card, and the rule engine will have all the rules added. As you could see that I have already added the Diwali and Dashara discount rule here. So it will iterate all the rules, and it will see now you can see, right, that it will first check the condition. So it will call the matches API of that rule, and if it is true, then based on that it will apply that rule. So I think so it's pretty straightforward, and this is very crystal clear. I hope you guys are able to understand. Let me try to run this and see whether the rule is applied or not. Okay, it's a null pointer exception, items. Probably I need to do the initialization here as well. Okay, no problem. So yeah, now you can see, check if an offer applicable on the final card. Yeah, now before offer card price it was 1,07,000 because I bought expensive items like iPhone 65,000. And you can see it is applying the value offer, it is not applying the share offer because it's a month of November, right? And it offers the so like after the discount you can see 10% of the total amount got reduced, and this is that. I hope, yeah, I guess pretty much that's it. I hope it was a very clear and a simple design, and you now understand how you can use the rule uh, design pattern to implement these use cases. That's it. Thanks a lot. Please stay in touch with Design and Code with Arun. Thank you.